Hey YouTube, Skipper T here. Now, we're continuing on with our Schrade Frontier Bushcrafting series of knife reviews. This is the SCHF 38, okay? This is a little bit different, does not have the finger choil on it. Does have a small cutout here for what appears to be maybe a Ferrocerium rod striker or something like that. Again, it's got the TPE handles on it. It has the jimping on the top. It has the jimping inside the handle here. You've seen those on the previous knife, the 36 I believe it was that we looked at. So overall, again, you know, just slightly less than a 1/4 inch here. It's got this kind of rough protective coating on it. That's going to wear off in due time. But then again, it's a 1095 carbon steel blade, so you need some kind of rust protection or a patina finish on it, or you're just going to have to keep them oiled, something along those lines. It's got that clip point, and boy, look at that monster. Look at the thickness of that blade, clear out to the tip. I mean, they didn't skimp on these at all, okay? Again, this one, if you look at it and you sight down through it, you can tell it's got just a hint of that hollow grind there, so that should make it good for peeling up some nice feather sticks, for doing some fine carving work. And yet, just in this case, just short order, maybe not even a 1/2 inch from the cutting edge, it goes immediately up to the full 1/4 inch wide. So again, this one, I don't suspect this is going to have any problem doing any chopping or anything like that. So we'll put our gloves on. Got just a couple of small limbs. Again, I've been cutting these limbs that fall out of my tree into pieces so that we can baton down through them, just initially speaking. We do have some oak and hickory over here on the side. This is a silver maple limbs that we've got here, so you know, shouldn't be an issue at all. Put on some safety glasses here. Got my oak beater stick. Let's just see what happens. Yep. No problem. You know, these little pieces of wood here are probably thin enough. You could do this with a butter knife, tear it up and never be able to do anything but spread butter with it again. But this knife, you know, this is not an issue. Going through it like it's butter. Don't see a problem with that in the least. We've got some bigger ones. So if I needed to make kindling for a fire, I've got a good knife for that right here. No issues, no worries, no problems. So far, no complaints. Nothing to it. Now, will she cut? Oh yeah. We just go back and forth, cut that tall ridge off of in between each one of our cuts here. Just makes it easy. Once you get the blade angle set right, again, I don't see a problem. Shh, Jack, be quiet. I don't see a problem with that in the least. None whatsoever. Backside's got that 90-degree sharp edge on it. Can we get down and take off some bark with that? The bark on this one's a little bit wet. Doesn't want to come off quite like the other ones did. So let's get over here. Do the sharp edge of the dry wood. Okay, this one might need a little bit of help. I think I might have an issue with the coating there a little bit. We'll pound on it and see what happens. But still, is it making fluff for a fire? You bet it is. This side might be a little bit sharper. Of course, if I use the blade side, that's a little bit different. Still makes a little pile of fluff here. Might have to work on that a little bit. That doesn't feel to me like it's quite as sharp as it was on the 36. But that's okay. Won't take anything to make that happen. It's still pretty good. But I think it can be better. But that's okay. If you get something you don't have to mod it a little bit, well, then you're just flat lucky. Let's see how she does on a thick, hard piece of oak. We're going to go through the thicker part here. Get a nice going. Let's see if this baton will handle it. Don't see an issue there. Boy, like I said, once you get this down about a ½ an inch into the wood, the width of that blade really makes splitting this a non-event, basically. Yep, not seeing a problem with that in any way, shape, or form. Let's try another one. It's a nice big old gnarly piece of wood. Oh. That is a good chopper, or that's a good splitter, I should say. Yeah. Don't see an issue with that in the least. Okay, guys. Again, just does not appear to be an issue. Oh, we've hammered through. Let's just see. I'm going to try it the other hand. Look at the size of those. See how thin they are and the way that's rolled off? Man alive. And that's that red oak. So that's a hard wood right there. Guys, I don't see a problem. Again, plenty of fluff if you needed to make a fire. Speaking of which, let's test that rounded back edge. In fact, let's try this little ferrocerium cutout here. See if that's what that's designed to do. I don't know that I like that on the blade side. That might take a little work on this back side here. flame. Okay. So it'll start. A little bit of work on this outside edge here. Now the next question. How does she do with a piece of fat wood? Well, let's just find out. Doesn't seem to be a problem. The edge seems to go good on both sides. Again, guys, I don't know about you. I don't see a problem with that. Yeah, that's going to be fine. Now, how does she do as a chopper? Well, let's find out. I'd hate to waste all this. I'll probably throw that in a little jar somewhere. Okay, overall length on this one is 10 3/4. It's balanced like the other ones, right along about where the handle is here. But again, compared to the 36, it's got a little bit longer heft to it. Yeah, she's it's got just a touch more butt to it on this because of the extra length in the blade there. You can kind of feel that when you're doing this chopping with it. Get it on that sweet spot. Man, she does fine. I don't have an issue with that either. Let's see what happens if we do a square cut on it. Okay, we got it in. Seems to have pulled that out nicely. Clean that up a little bit. Didn't quite get my lines lined up straight, but doesn't appear to matter too much to this. Yep, she'll take a square divot out. No worries there. Now, man, that's hard wood. Now, got a nice square. If we wanted to make a trap, if we needed to hang a bale over a fire, had a long piece, wanted to cut a little thing out, don't see an issue with that. I'm going to try the jimping out here while chopping. I don't see a problem. I think if you were going to do it for a long period of time, that might start to wear a little bit on your hand. I don't know about you guys, but I don't leave anywhere without a pair of gloves either. So overall, not a bad little cutter. Comfortable knife. Jack. The neighbor dogs are out now. So, Jack. Hush. Thank you. I would carry this. I would not have any issues with taking this blade out into the wilderness. Again, a little bit longer, than the 36. I might throw it at my dog here in a minute. But I'm going to have to work on this back edge. Wasn't quite the 90-degree edge that I wanted it to be. But overall, yeah, another fantastic. Wow. See how far that just penetrated. Another fantastic offering from Schrade. Guys, if you have this knife, if you like this style of knife, you like this kind of a point, this type of profile, this is not a bad choice. Again, this is a $28 to $30 knife, guys. You cannot beat this. This is another thumbs up here. So anyway, guys, we'll do another review on the 37 coming up here in a bit. Little bit, I'll mention this a little bit. Jack! Hush. I'll mention this a little bit. The protective coating's coming off right on the edges here of the grind. And, but we expected it. And we actually kind of want that to happen so that we can make it our own. Give it that look like it's been used. Anyway, guys, remember, keep your eyes open, keep your heads up. We'll see you outside. Like and subscribe if you're inclined to. Have a great day.